What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Spotlight Omaha. I am Seth, and we are here with Mike and Morgan of SmokeBreak. Thank you guys for coming in. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on.
Now, this is an exciting episode because we have not had a hip-hop artist in here ever.
Really?
You guys are the first hip-hop artist that we've had come through here.
Oh, man. We set the bar really low.
I know.
so everybody else will be fine.
So I'm going to jump right into it. For those who don't know, who is or what is SmokeBreak?
Go ahead, buddy.
Well, SmokeBreak is just two guys. We've been around for a really long time. But we didn't form together until probably about 2012.
Yeah, we were in couple other different bands. We were out touring, actually, and driving through Kansas, really bored or something. And we were like, we should just do this for ourselves.
Yeah.
Was it always hip-hop? Or you said bands. Was it always?
He's been in punk bands. And
Okay.
Yeah. I've been doing this for like almost 16 years. So, and I started in punk, and like I love punk, but hip-hop and punk are almost the same. It's just, that's why we call ourselves punk rap, because it's not about the music, it's about the mentality.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about how you look at everything, but that's a whole nother subject. But yeah, I mean, started out in punk, love hip hop, grew up on hip hop, but you know, when the band thing didn't work out, I had my choice of $1 million studio to work in, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna make rap music, I guess. And so then
this happened.
Yeah, somehow we came here.
So how did you guys come together? How did you guys find each other?
You know what? I think it was just it was mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like you start doing hip hop shows around here, and then I don't know if it's lumped in is the right way to say it, but you get put in your opening shows with similar bands and stuff like that, or similar hip hop groups and whatnot. And then we just met through that, and it just progressed, I guess.
And I'm a really great hype man. Just want to throw that out there. Probably the best hype man in Omaha. I'm like the Flavor Flav of Omaha. But then he was in a group called the Beatniks, and one of the guys thought I would be a good addition to fill in another person's spot. So I came into that, and then the Beatniks ended up going on tour, but it was just me and him, which was weird because neither one of us were the founders of the Beatniks.
Right, we weren't original members.
So it's like, why send these two guys? And I was never even on a Beatniks album. But
right.
here
We
I
just
am.
took the opportunity because
Yeah.
we were supposed to go on tour, and then miscellaneous things happened with the other two guys that were in the group that couldn't, family obligations or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
And then me and Mo were like, let's just go.
Life happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then we've been doing it ever since, pretty much.
yeah.
So how long does that put up for your tally for time that you two have been together?
God, are we working on like 5 years with a break?
5 years now.
5 years with the break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were performing a lot of beatnik stuff initially, and then we decided one day to just go and work on our own stuff. We put out a record called Ruckus As Always back in the day, a couple years ago, and we worked with Benjamin Blink. He's from a group called I Heart Bullets, and I think he's worked with Weeby Lions and stuff. He's a good guy, and he did a lot of our music, and we went in and recorded the EP. Had Mad Child on it. And we've been working on that, and now we just finished the new album.
Yep.
Now, before we jump into the album, so as somebody who I do not have an extensive history of hip hop. Like I don't.
Okay.
Not that I'm not a fan, because I can jam out to it definitely if it's got a good beat. I can jump right in. So if you had to sell your music to somebody who isn't really into the hip hop scene, like how would you kind of bring you guys' unique sound to try and convert some people if you had to?
Well, if you like the Beastie Boys, and you like more of a I don't know, because Beastie Boys are funny.
Like our mentality is like you were saying. It's total punk rock mentality,
Okay.
and we're not talking about the same stuff that general hip hop is talking about. We're old men, we're dads. We're
Okay.
we're both recovering from miscellaneous things. So we're talking about real life, and the music is just a real nice outlet, and it's not your general nonsense. I guess is the best. I don't want nonsense is probably a bad word, but it's different in that regard. It's like grown man
I think
stuff.
nonsense might actually be a good word for some music though, because you kind of get that escapism through some music, and no
Right.
matter like what the reasoning behind it is, if it's just general fun,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that kind of nonsense can actually be really good for somebody to like kick
And
back.
that you know what,
listen to
that's a
for
great
while.
way too. It's general fun. It's
Yeah.
really what we're trying to do. That's like the
Good
live
deal.
show. We're just out to have fun, and like ultimately, you get out there and we're trying to get people to spend their entertainment dollar to come hang out with us. You know,
Yeah.
and a lot of it out there isn't that entertaining. You're talking about how tough you are and stuff like that, and. Man, after work, after your job, I don't want to go
listen
listen
to
to
music
somebody
about
talking.
your
Yeah,
struggle.
they're
Yeah.
talking about how gangster you are or whatever. It's just really
I mean, yeah, you come to our show, there's 2 people in lucha mask and a dude dressed up as a hot dog. So, I mean, there's the last thing we're going to say is, check out my wad of cash. Like,
It's like- so you guys break away from the stereotype that somebody would hear about somebody would expect out of a hip hop album.
I
or
think
something
so.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, because I think every genre has that has their own stereotype. I mean, we were just talking with Sac Alliance about country stereotypes and how they're able to avoid those too. The little bit of one of your songs that I heard, I can't remember the title off the top of my head because I'm terrible with names. But,
Sure.
picked it up off of your Facebook. It sounded kind of early era hip hop. Like there's definitely some more rock influence in there.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on too much punk, but at the same time, when you're having a genre crossover like that might be a little bit tough.
I
but-
think especially with this, we the new metal stuff was a big deal for us because we're '90s kids.
Yeah.
So like Limp
the
Bizkit
90s
and
was like
yeah,
the first thing that came into mind.
yeah, like Limp Bizkit and Korn and stuff like that. It's not that we don't have that entirely hard edge rock to it.
yeah.
But I mean, we have DJ Lethal, and he's in Limp Bizkit. He made some of the music for us, so like we definitely are going that route. Like maybe even the Cypress Hill, House of Pain, that vein.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm 40, man, and
Yeah.
Morgan's in his 30s, so it's like this.
It was the music that we liked. Like we don't, and like that's what just like you don't hear that punk, the sound of like that. But like I said, it's the mentality.
Yeah.
Like we have that. We're making music for us. Like this is the music we want to hear. And if people like it and they enjoy it, that's awesome. But I mean, this whole album that we worked on was our album. Like it was, we want to do this, we want to do this, we want to do this. It was goals for us, and everything we did was a bucket list. It was like, oh, DJ Lethal, dude. Like, okay, come on, that's Limp Bizkit, that's House of Pain, that's me when I'm 9 years old, freaking out. Like so I'm like, if I have a chance to do that, let's do it. Like I mean, it's just something. Everything was like that. So when we say we're punk rap, you might not hear that, but punk is not based on the music itself. It's based on how you live.
It's that
Like-
Right.
it's that mindset.
Yes, and that's why we say it. It's like we're punk rap because we make music. We say what we want to say. We do what we want to do. We don't really care if you don't like us because we're not talking about selling drugs and taking. Well, we talk about some ladies, but I mean, that's part that comes with the chorus. But I mean, it's just a different. I think we're different, and that's why that's why I've always said we're punk rap because we don't follow the rules that normal people that are set there we're supposed to be doing. Like we're supposed to be out there. We're supposed to be having chains and whatever else we're supposed to be doing. I don't know. Like what rap kids?
If you
Right.
wanted to fit into that
like
stereotype.
yeah,
Right.
like what do rap kids wear anymore? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I mean,
jeans are skinny, I think, or
yeah,
something.
I don't know, man. It's not.
I think that's still dominated by the emo scene. Nowadays, right?
and I was a part of that too.
The
I
skinny
was-
jeans. And all
Right.
I had the emo swoosh. It's cool. I really like that one song from what is it? Highways for Hawthorne Heights.
All right.
That
that.
song's-
Ohio is for lovers. I know
Yes,
exactly what song it is.
that song's still good. It still hits, man. I'm just
I
saying.
shouldn't have been as excited about knowing the name of that song as I was. But I don't know. That worked
Gonna
out.
ruin
There.
our street cred, man.
Yeah, because that's what we have a lot of. We have a lot of that. So
Oh no, that's great. I love hearing that there's that. I mean that you guys are up in that older era. You guys are dads. You guys are up in the 40s, but you guys are still making the music that because that's what everybody wants to do is make the music that influenced them.
Right. You're exactly right. That's
And now you guys have an album coming out, Full Flavor. You guys releasing that May 10th.
yes. We have a CD release party at Dr. Jack's Drinkery. It's part of
Mind
it's a
Spell?
series, the Mind Spill series. It's a new thing that Strawstone, he's a rapper friend, manager type guy. Like he's just our colleague. He's a great guy, and he put us on it. Puts it together, and it's on. That's then we'll just go from there. We have a show the night before with we're opening for Head PE in Lincoln, so we're gonna have a busy week next week.
Oh yeah, that's especially with like covering the Lincoln scene. And then immediately after the next day, you're doing a full-on release show.
Yeah, I'm tired, man. I'm thinking about it. I'm already tired.
Just the prep. You're probably starting to get that mental exhaustion too. But is this the debut album for you guys? Like, do you guys like at least for SmokeBreak?
It'll be it's technically our second, but it's
our
first full length.
First full length. So you released an EP demo
right
off the bat. So talk me through the recording process, because I come from a very all the music, all the recording experiences that I've ever had have been either metal or rock.
Sure.
I had a little bit of acoustic stuff in there. So I'm not used to a whole lot of, did you guys do program beats? Were you doing like acoustic instruments or anything like that?
Actually, how it started, I broke my leg, I had a car wreck, and I'm laid up in bed.
Shit.
We're just kind of I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know what? Let's try to figure this out. Let's see if we can make some new music. And so I just Facebook DJ Lethal on a whim to try it. See, do you ever work with independent artists? And then he's like, sure. I think he's going on tour and needed some money or something like that. He offered us that. So we started compiling, picking up the beats from the guys that do the production, because we don't actually. Sorry about that. We don't actually make the music. We have Sam. He's our record label runner. He goes by Comatose. He makes a lot of the music. Guy Digital Monster from Madness Apparatus. He's really good with instrumentation. So and a guy Bad Mind. So basically, it's just internet collaboration, finding the beats, and so we compiled all the beats and decided what we're gonna do, and then we started writing. And it just kind of comes together. We have a basement studio, where we just go and do a couple songs a session. He lives in Nebraska City, so he treks up here or comes up after work, and we banged out a couple songs, and he'd go. And then next week we do the same thing. We just decided it was done. There was nothing really set in stone. Let's do 17 songs or 9 songs or whatever. We're just let's do it until we're done. And
that's not the worst commute, but you certainly want to be as productive as you can when you.
Right.
I mean, that's a good hour and a half roughly, depending on where in Omaha you're going. So.
And I think if we're doing more than 2 songs, for me personally, if we do more than 2 songs in a session, it gets you start coming off flat. At least I do, and
you kind of lock into a groove for the other songs.
And you want to we really want to try to bring something different to each piece of that puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, and it was just we would get the beats, we'd figure out what we want to write, we'd throw out ideas with each other, but then we would sit down there and we'd be down there, we'd lock ourselves in a basement, record it, and that's what we did. And
so self-produced, I mean, you guys are grabbing beats from collaborations and whatnot, but you guys are putting everything together yourselves?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Sam Comatose, he handles the vast majority of our recording.
Yeah.
He's down there with us, basically the third member.
Yeah, he has to stay down there with us.
Does all the engineering, mixing, mastering, things like that.
The poor guy.
So are you planning on doing any traveling in the immediate area to kind of promote, or are you guys more internet based and not with because I assume you guys have family lives at home,
right?
That you're handling. So
we've definitely toured before throughout the Midwest. Been to Minnesota, Detroit, all throughout Iowa, Missouri,
Kansas,
and I think just now I think we'd love to go on. Maybe do some weekend touring or something like that. But
just
travel's real hard. Travel's real hard with the kids, and then recovering from my injuries and whatnot. It's hard to sit in a car for more than 40 minutes at a time before I start getting fussy.
Yeah. After I think it's.
And then
less
you got
than
kids getting fussy at the same time.
Yeah, but at the right opportunity comes along, I don't see us turning it down. We never have before, so.
I mean, those weekend tours, you can get a lot done with those, especially considering just the short amount of travel. You can save yourself a lot of money while still covering a lot of ground. I don't know where I want to go from there.
That's it.
I had something on the mind, and I had something on the mind, and I kind of lost it.
I mean, we love to travel some places else's, man. Like, I would love to go to Canada. Like, that's to me, I think,
Canada
is
would be pretty sweet.
right
so
because, like,
fun.
I mean, once again, we're at that point in life where it's check mark, man. We got to do this. Like,
More bucket list stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
like if I want to go to Canada. Like, I want to go to Australia, even though I don't know if I'd ever go to there to perform. I might just go there and be like, "What's up?" and be like, "Come back."
I don't know. The wildlife down there is kind of scary.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like so. I mean, I would love to see us go out more and do things. Like, I mean, there's so many places that we have not been that I would love to go. Like Boston. I'm a Boston Bruins fan, so I would love to be there. I mean, especially during hockey
And
season.
if our music could take us to Boston, that'd be
Like,
great.
I'm-
We're gonna
cool-
book a show right around
Yeah,
the same
like-
time that the season
Right.
opener gets
Yes.
going.
So I mean, if that can happen, that's gonna happen. Same with the Cleveland Browns. I mean, I'm a Cleveland Browns diehard fan, so I mean, if we can,
If anybody knows anybody in Cleveland or Boston, send an email to
Yep.
Morgan, please.
yes, because we will be there, especially around the season openers. I know that we're in the playoffs right now for Boston, so I
I can't
mean,
believe you're actually talking about this right now.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying we can get there if we can make our music and get there. I'm there. I mean, I'm just. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's just where we're at. I mean, I would love to travel, but like Mike said, it's kind of hard traveling right now. But I mean, if it's there, we're gonna go for it.
Definitely. Now, so like, traveling isn't like the next step right after the album. What would be? Well, it's kind of right around the corner once the album's out. Aside from like,
We have
the
a couple
big promotions and all
videos
that.
planned, and we also just launched we have a weekly web show where we're gonna.
sweet.
It's called it's basically Operation Break Even is what we're calling it, and it's,
All right.
we're questing to get 100,000 streams between everything. We want to try to do that because we've seen people, some people around here have done it, and so we're just basically documenting everything we do. Like last week, we gave $15 to TuneCore to get 40 reviews of our song. And we read the reviews. And it's kind of a disaster, but it was fun. And that's what we're doing. We're just trying new things, marketing, advertising wise, and then telling everybody how it works. Because you get that question a lot too. It's like, oh, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? And people don't want to do the research so we're doing the research. Then you can see us talk about it, and then maybe you can move forward from that. So ultimately, it's to help people, I think. But it's just kind of a fun additional way to document the journey, I guess.
Good deal. Well, I appreciate you guys coming in. I want you guys to take a real quick second. You can look at either of these two cameras and let people know where they can find you guys' music, where they can keep up with you to catch up with you guys in the future.
You're the social media guy. You look that way, I'll look this way. I'll just stare while you.
All right, so you can catch us at www.smokebreaksucks.com. That's SUCKS, Smokebreak Sucks. That's our webpage. Or you can find us at SmokeBreak Sucks on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And, that's where you can catch us at.
We're on all major streaming services. We have stuff up on YouTube.
Cutthroatshop.com. Cut Shop.
Cutshop.com is where you can go to pre-order our record. And again, we have that show at Dr. Jack's Drinkery on the 10th.
And we will have all links down below for you guys to catch up. Smoke Break, Mike, Morgan, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
thanks for having
us. Thanks for having us, man.
We get to jot you guys down as the first tip up group. we've been
Nice.
able
That's
to interview.
huge. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks,
guys.
brother.
Yep,
Thank
thanks,
you.
buddy.
Thanks, man.
It's real cool.